everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm your Wednesday host. And Happy New Year. It is a new year here at the Pagan Perspective 2016 and we have some general questions, so I'm going to get right to it. The first question is, do you celebrate the change of the Gregorian calendar year? No. Well, I guess celebrate depends on what you consider. I don't go out partying. I find that there's just more and more irresponsible people and I don't want to be out in that, so I don't go out in that. But my husband and I, we put out some snacks, and we just kind of veg out. It's kind of nice. We just don't really do anything. I think he played his video game all day. I played my video game most of the day, and I fell asleep before midnight, which is becoming a tradition. Let's see. What time do you consider to be your path to New Year? My path to New Year is Samhain. For me, that is the New Year. And almost in tandem with that is Yule. In my mind. Because it's when the light is going to be coming back. So it's that shift. Being in a society that follows the Gregorian calendar, you tend to have to feel that shift as well, because of everything that's going on and the celebrations. But Samhain is traditionally what I consider the New Year for me. Do you partake in New Year's resolutions? No. Resolutions for me are, hey, I want to do this. What I do is goals. And goals are, I want to do this and this is how I'm going to get here. So resolutions I really don't believe in. I've pretty much broken any resolution I did in the past before I changed my mind about resolutions, but goals are a different story. So no, I don't do those. What about setting an intention for the year? Have you done it before? Yes. This year is the first year that I have really felt the pull to do an intention. An intention for me might be different than other people. I don't really know. I haven't looked into exactly that. But intention for me is, what is this year going to be about for you? For me, it's going to be about living the life I don't have to vacation from. My husband and I have a pretty great life. We're happy. We have great jobs. And this summer, we're building up as we ride motorcycles. We're building up. We're getting our bikes ready for longer trips, road trips, and a lot of charity bike runs this year. So that's what this year is going to be about for me, is living life and not really putting too many boundaries. Taking the fear out of things. One of the things I've been afraid to do is there is a bike run in Boston. And I have a fear of driving in Boston, let alone, and I don't mean the city of Boston, I mean up through the highway and then around where it's a little bit easier to ride. I have a fear of doing that. I really have a fear of the traffic and everything else, but I'm going to build myself to a place where I'm comfortable and I feel empowered, and I'm going to do it to break through that fear. So that's what this year is going to be about for me. That's my intention for this year, is to break through that. Let's see. And the next one, what might be your intention this year? And I already answered that. So then we go down, and these are some general questions that somebody had sent to the Pagan Perspective about wanting to know more about us. Are you all Wiccan, or do you all have varying paths along the craft? And if so, how would you define them? Obviously, I'm not going to say yes, everybody's Wiccan. I really don't know what people really define themselves at, so I will let them do that themselves. But I will say, for me, I kind of I consider myself an eclectic pagan witch, but I also am very strongly Wiccan. Not traditional, like regimented, rigorous Wicca. I'm much more of the eclectic Wiccan, where I kind of take in Wiccan Wiccan ways. I didn't want to say that because it sounded so cliche, but I take those into my path. But I consider myself to be a pagan witch that practices Wicca. Within your various paths of witchcraft and magic, what kind of magic have you or do you all work with? Folk magic, ceremonial. I do ceremonial magic. I do less now than I used to do. Now it's much more folky. Sorry. It's much more folk. And my coven is, we're basically a jeans and t-shirts kind of coven, so we don't really have these very high ceremonies. I do them occasionally in my private practice when I'm practicing by myself, for things that I feel drawn to do so. Primarily what I do now, because contrary to what people believe, a lot of witches don't do a whole ton of casting, and at least in my experience with people I know, there isn't a whole lot of spell casting and cauldron stirring. That's not my reality. I maybe last year was a part of 6-7 spells, and that's including coven work. So I would say that I'm pulled to whatever I feel that needs to be done, what type of magic needs to be done at that time. But for now, it's pretty much just folk type of magic. And that's it. That's the question. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited for 2016. I believe we're going to have some new subs on here, so that's going to be excited once that's announced. And yeah, so if you have any other questions, please feel free. My dog totally threw me off. I'm sorry. Please feel free to leave them down below. As always, I love everybody's comments. It's so positive. It really means so much more to me than I could even explain to you guys. It's really great being part of this community, and I look forward to another wonderful year with the Pagan Perspective. And until next time, everybody, have a great night. Have a great rest of the week, and see you next time. Bye!